we are out of time. Actually, we're over. But it's two things that I want to get in. You brought out a very good point where you said that parents need to be the first line of, you're handsome, you're smart.
Yes.
Listen, if you grew up in a household, and probably a lot of us have, where we didn't get that affirmation.
Absolutely.
Don't deny your child.
So good.
Because you don't have that.
Yes.
You know, one of the things that the conscious decisions that me and my husband made before we had children, because we both came from some childhoods that was just not ideal. And we said, we will not treat our children, talk to our children, deal with our children the way our parents dealt with us.
That's so good.
You know, because if we do, we're going to reproduce the same damage that was done to us that we had to, you know, didn't get healed from till we were a grown person. We're not going to reduplicate that. So, you know, if you feel like your mama about to come up, just take a brief minute, breathe, and you speak the word.
Amen.
You know, a lot of times when they're going through these little awkward phases, you have to speak by faith.
Yes.
Because if you say what you see, you gonna get what you see.
Yes.
Continually. But if you know, even when my son, he would do things that were just like, boy, why? You didn't think. You know what, man of God? Boy, you gonna preach. Boy, you gonna preach. Rev. Come here, Rev.
I love it.
You know, you have to prophesy, because if not, you'll get frustrated about what you see. Because kids, you know, like I said, as they go through these little phases, you know, we had a situation just recently. My son had a project. What he wanted to do his project on was stupid. I'm going to tell y'all it. I ain't going to tell him that.
Like stupid good? Or
no.
Stupid?
Stupid.
Okay.
Stupid. But in his teenage mind, man, this going to be funny here, boy. Well, I'm going to have to crack it up. He thought it was cool. And instead of his teacher standing up and saying, you know, no, I don't want you to do your project on that. That's not appropriate. He said, I wonder what that entails too. Sure, go ahead and explore that topic. So me and my husband, we're driving yesterday to New Orleans, and he tells me, babe, you know, Tim got this project, and he told me it's a group project. And he told me what they're going to do the project on. And it is how to make a jailhouse burrito, I think was the name of it. And he was like, because, you know, they probably made it in the toilet. And he said, baby, that is so stupid. And I wanted to tell that boy. And I said, look, you cannot respond to him, even though I agree with you. Right. Just try to, he said, I tried to steer him to something else. But he was like, no, man, my teacher said I could do this. And I'm like, no. I said, so when I got home, to tell you how good God is. When we got home last night, he was so excited to show us his project. And I, you know, on the phone, I was like, okay, son, I can't wait to see it when I get there. And I was like, oh, God, this is what he talking. And it was something totally different.
Good.
And he was so proud of it. And then he was proud to be able to show us, because usually he know if it's stupid. But we can't say, boy, that's so stupid. Why you going to do some mess like that? Even though that's how we feel on the inside. We have to say, well, you know, that may not be an appropriate topic. Right. You know, maybe you want to try something else. Have you thought about blah, blah, blah? Sometimes if you give them suggestions, it'll help change some of that behavior, curtail some of that those thoughts. Yes. And so what he thought would be cool to his friends, now he's like, well, mama, maybe I can make a video, because he did this PowerPoint presentation and had all these effects in there, and he was so proud of himself. He said, well, maybe you can buy me the ingredients to make a hoagie. And because he had a chance to have a hoagie when we were in Pennsylvania this summer. And he said, maybe I can do a video, because my teacher said we could do a video too, instead of a PowerPoint, showing people how to make a hoagie. And I said, okay, then I tell you what, son, I'm going to go get those ingredients and we're going to shoot this video this week. So just trying to, you know, it was an opportunity to really say how we really felt. Right. But then we said, no, we're going to change that, and maybe you ought to do something else.
Absolutely.
So another thing I want to bring out. We live in a world today where fashion has gotten out of hand. And sometimes, as a parent, we will allow our children to dress a certain way, to look a certain way, even though we say we sanctify, we bring them up in the church, but we allow them to, wear something that may not portray the God in them.
Right.
And we have to learn how to stand up as a parent and say, no, that's not the look for you, baby.
Absolutely.
No, you don't want to show your stomach. No, you don't want to wear those, really tight, short shorts, because that's not the image that you portray. That's not the image you should be portraying. But sometimes I've seen parents say, sanctify, love God, will fall out on the floor, will speak in tongues, and then their child will come in there with a shirt up their stomach, up their chest, or their cleavage showing, or really, really short shorts on, tight, and be like, come on in, this my baby here, y'all. And it's like, and everybody in the room is like, now why in the world did she allow this child to walk out the door like that? As a parent, they want to try certain things because they see it on TV.
Right.
They see it on social media. But we have to still let them know that their self-worth, because they use in the world, they say, oh, you ought to be free. Be confident in the skin that you're in. And I did a show about that. And you should be confident in the skin that you're in, but you don't necessarily have to show everybody. Yes. So, how do you deal with that situation? I'm going to let you handle it. Cause
I'll make it real quick. I had kind of like the opposite problem. My daughter would dress like me. And my daughter was like only 13, 14, 15 at the time, 16. And she would have the same clothing that I have. Like, I like big bow tops. I like big puffy sleeves. I like long skirts, and because I'm tall, so I like long stuff. And she would just be looking like a Puritan or a pilgrim, because she's just a kid. And finally I told her, I said, Tania, you know what? You have to develop your own sense of style, your own sense of identity. And so in saying that, she went left on me, and she started ordering these tops with the shoulder out and the, the ones that stop above the navel, and everything was lace. And I said, oh my God, I've created a monster, because so I'm like, I want you to be you. I do. But that's not the you I'm talking about. Don't push the limits. I had to really reiterate to her that you speak to people without even speaking by the way you present yourself. So if you present yourself with all this lacy stuff, see-through stuff on, and your cleavage showing, and it's almost like you're advertising for something. So I told her, we're just going to be wise. I don't mind, like, I have lace tops, but you can't see through them because I'm gonna have another shirt on under it, or a camisole or something that wouldn't be offensive. And then you don't know who you can offend. I mean, and then you can't be mad when people
Yep.
They judge you.
They judge you. They try you. I understand.
And I tell my daughter, you're not ready for that. You're not ready to deal with men howling and pulling on you and talking to you because you are dressed in a suggestive type way. So let's be a kid. Let's still, you don't have to be me. I'm 46. You don't have to dress like a 46-year-old woman, but I want you to have pride in your body, and I know I wish to God that I still had that 18-year-old body, 20-year-old body, or whatever. But even when I was younger, I guess I grew up in a different time. My grandparents raised me, so we kind of had to wear what we had to wear. We didn't wear booty shorts, if that's okay to say that. We didn't wear Daisy Dukes and all that kind of stuff. We wore shorts, but they weren't the ones all the way where you could see the bottom of your butt. I was at the car wash the other day, and a lady was washing her car, and I could see all the way through her pants.
Wow.
And I thought to myself, let me say something to her. She can't know that. And the lady that I was with, she said, that girl knows that you can see through those pants. I'm like, she can't. Why would you walk around? Anyway, so we have to teach our kids from the way we dress to the way we interact with the opposite sex to the way we present ourselves. Again, it goes right back to us being parents and us teaching them at home. My husband bought my daughter her first piece of jewelry. He gave her her first rose. He wrote her first little poem, you know, and he said, because whoever courts you, they're gonna have to catch me. You're gonna be able to say, oh, this ain't nothing. He said, because I'm teaching you to receive and not have to give. That makes sense. And we have to teach our girls that even when a guy's interested in you or courting you, anything he gives you shouldn't be to get in return. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's why her dad said, I'm going to give you your first rose and you owe me nothing because I'm daddy. I love you. I'm going to buy you your first ring, your first necklace, and just give you little trinkets because I love you and I don't want anything from you. So whoever wants to date you one day, they're going to have to do stuff and not expect anything, and because I've set a standard.
That is so good. Men need to show their daughters how a man should treat them.
Absolutely.
And a woman should show a son how to treat a woman.
Yes.
Because in this, we talked about this early last year. Domestic violence has quadrupled over the years.
Yes.
And it's starting as young as middle school and high schoolers.
Yes.
We had Principal Kirsten Gaines. She was here and she talked about some of the cases that she's seen of girls that have been involved in domestic violence situations, and they won't reach out to anybody. They don't want to say anything because they don't want to make him upset. But if we correct these behaviors when they're young, we can have a productive society. Yes. Because to be honest with you guys, I'm concerned for my son and my daughter.
I am too.
You know, even when picking mates, and listen, I have my own views when it comes to your sexuality, your gender, because now they're saying there's two different things. It used to be one, but now they're saying it's two. Absolutely. That's just me. But thank you, Dr. Ruth, for being a part of the Color Outside the Box podcast.
I've enjoyed it.
Has been a blessing to sit here and to just glean from you and to receive from you. And wow, it's been good. So guys, again, go out, get your copy of After This, Navigating from Pain to Purpose by Dr. Ruth Pettway. It's available now on Amazon. You can also purchase it from her. Reach out to her on Facebook at facebook.com/Ruth Pettway. You can also find the After This, Navigating from Pain to Purpose page on Facebook. Reach out to her. Let her know what do you think about the book, how it's blessed you, what you learned about it. I know that she will be blessed to hear from you guys. So until the next time, this has been Princess Miller on the Color Outside the Box podcast. I will see you next week. Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard.